So let's start. Alright, so previously we have learned that there are 3 forms for each verb. Okay, for each verb there are 3 forms for using it in all the tenses or in the 3 main tenses of English. Okay, so we can use the verb in the past tense form, or in the present tense form, or in the future tense form. Okay, so we have 3 forms for each verb. Okay, now we know, and we explained this before, that present tense verbs usually end in s. Okay, or we add s to them to change them to the present tense form. Okay, now we have learned also that past tense verbs end in ed. Okay, so if you want to write the verb in the past tense form, then you need just to add the ed at the end of each verb. Okay, great. So let's take some examples for the past tense verb. Alright, so let's say the verb, wash. Wash. Now, if I want to use the verb wash in the past form, then I will just add ed to wash, and it's going to be washed, okay, with ed. Yeah, so washed here will be a verb that happened in the past. Okay, you know that past tenses or the past tense verbs are actions or things that happened in the past. Okay, another example here, let's say play. Okay, now when I change it to the past, it's going to be played. Okay, great. Now, so most of the English verbs that are in the past tense end in ed, or they end with ed, but some of them they don't end with ed, like the verb eat. Yeah, so I say, for example, I eat my lunch now, okay, or I'm eating my lunch now, or I eat my lunch every day. So here I'm using the verb in the present tense form. But if I want to talk about my lunch, but in the past, if I want to say that I had my lunch yesterday, then I'm going to change the verb eat to its past tense form. Okay? So what is the past tense form of eat? Do we say eated? Yeah. Is it eated like played and washed? No. Okay? It's not eaten. Okay? So what is the past form of eat? The past form of eat is ate. A-T-E, okay? A-T-E, okay? So we have some verbs in English that don't follow the rule of the past tense form, okay? They don't end with ed, okay? These verbs are called irregular verbs, okay? Like eat, like also go, yeah. So when we change go to the past tense form, it's going to be went. Okay? Like also come. Yeah, what's the past tense form of come? Yeah, come will change to came. Okay? Another example is tell. I say that I tell my secrets to my sister, for example. Or I tell all my secrets to my sister. So the past of tell will be told. Okay, I tell my secrets, or I told. I tell here is present, told is the past. Okay, now these are the past tense forms of the verbs eat, go, come, and tell. Now let's see what are the past participle forms of these verbs. Okay, now we know that all these past tense verbs are forms of past simple or past simple tense of these verbs. Now, what is the past participle, or what's the past participle forms? What are the past participle forms of these verbs? Let's start with eat. Now, eat will be ate in the past, and then it's going to be eaten in the past participle. Okay? The same thing with go. Go will change to went. Okay? If we are using the past tense verb, then it's going to be gone. If you are using the verb with have, had, or has. The same thing with come. Come will change to came in the past form, and then it will change again to come if you are using the past participle form with have, has, or had. Yeah, now what about the past participle tense form of tell? Tell will be told, and the same thing, it's going to be again told. Okay, great. Now what's the difference between the past tense or the past simple tense of the verb and the past participle? Okay, now both of them are past, but the difference between them is that we use went to tell or to talk about something that happened in the past. Okay, we say, for example, the girl went to school yesterday. Okay, and we can also use gone here to say that the girl went or has gone to the school yesterday. Yeah, we can use also gone here to talk about the past. We can say the girl has gone to school yesterday. Okay, now what's the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence? The difference is that, okay, you use the past participle form of the verb if you are using one of the helping verbs that are has, have, or had. So if you have one of these helping verbs before the verb, then you need to use the past participle form of the verb. Okay? So if you have has or have or had in the sentence, then you're going to say done, or you're going to use done. If you don't have has or have or had in the sentence, then you will use went. Okay? So we say the girl went to the school, or the girl has gone to school. Both of them are talking about events or actions that happened in the past, but one of them is with the past tense form, and the other is with the past participle form of the verb, following the helping verb has. Okay? Let's take another example. Alright, let's say my friends came to my party. Or, yeah, this one needs to be capital because it's in the beginning of the sentence. Okay? Yeah, or we can say my friends have or had come to my party. Okay, now what's the difference between the first sentence and the second sentence? It's the same thing, it's the same reason. In the first sentence, we are using the past tense of the verb come, which is came. We said, my friends came with a to my party. But in the second sentence, we have used the past participle form of the verb, which is come, okay, following the helping verb have or had, okay? Now, Of course, one of you will ask me a question. Teacher, what is the difference between has, have, or had? Now, has here is used for or with the singular subjects. Okay? So, if the subject you have in the sentence is singular, it is only one, like the girl, it's only one, then you're going to use has or had. Okay? Has or had. But if the subject in the sentence, like my friends here, is plural, more than one person or more than one object, then you're going to use either have or had. Okay? Yeah, my dear students. Yeah, we have a lot of irregular verbs in English. I gave you just some examples today. Eat, go, come, tell. We have many irregular verbs. You can just look at them or read them from your book. And you're going to learn more about them. So we have reached to the end of this lesson and to the end of this part. I hope that you learned the irregular verbs. See you next time and goodbye.